Hey guys, a couple years ago I posted a video of me doing the Eddie Van Halen tapped harmonics solo. A few hours ago I got a comment from Nameless0101. He said, if you can, you should do a how-to video for tapping harmonics. So in this video I'm going to do that. You can click right here to see my original video, and it was a couple years ago. I wasn't as good as I am now. I've grown a lot since then. That video wasn't as good, so I wouldn't necessarily go off of that video for if you want to figure it out. In this video I'm hopefully going to show you as quick as I can. It's pretty simple to do. But yeah, anyways, let's get started. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, here is a little bit of what the Eddie Van Halen tapped harmonic solo is kind of like. There's not an exact note scheme to it. It's kind of making things up along certain patterns. Here's a little bit of what it is. So there it is. That's just a little portion of it. So it's really simple. It is actually really simple. When I first saw this a couple years ago, when I first saw this, it blew my mind. I had no idea what he was doing, and then I found a video on YouTube, so I was so happy. But anyways, it's really simple, and actually at the time I didn't even know about normal harmonics. So normal harmonics, they're only on certain frets. But here's what they look like. So those are the, I think they're just called harmonics. But basically it's where you rest your finger on a fret and then play it, and then when you let go it's still there. You just barely rest your finger on it, and it's on a fret, which means the metal wire, the actual fret itself, not like in between frets. This would be in between frets, but it's like barely resting on one of these frets, playing it and then letting go. And they're not everywhere. An octave would be at the 12th fret, so that'd be the one. Mine doesn't have dots for fret markers, it's bats instead, but you can see the two dots fret right here. The one that you call that the 12th fret, and it's going up to the nearest fret basically. So that's in between frets and then up. Hope that makes sense. If you already know what harmonics are, then great. But that's just an octave from the original open string. And then there's one here at the, what fret is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another one is like a fifth from this note, and then an octave from this note at the 5th fret. So it's going up as you go down on the fretboard. And yeah, so those are harmonics. And then tapped harmonics are very similar, but they're just like a hammer with your finger. Kind of like the inside of a piano, actually. It's a string, and it's a hammer hitting the string. So it's I don't know if it hits it at one of the harmonics or not, but it hits the string like that, and if you hit it at the harmonic, it can make that note. So here's at this, and it works. It's a lot easier to do on the thicker strings, so I won't do it on these higher strings, but here it is on this higher string. That is with the open string. Now, because you're doing it with this one hand, you now have your left hand free. So you can grab on a fret anywhere here and then do the 12th fret one from this fret. So it'd be the 12th fret, and you don't exactly have to count. There's an easier way to do it, but if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and if you tap there, It's and you know the 7th and 5th fret from this. If this is 0, then count up that many. But there's a little bit easier way to do it. To count is just the dots from here, whichever dot that is. The 12th fret from that is the same dot on this side of that. Hope that makes sense. That's basically it. It's just. You know, and they're just they're not everywhere, so it's like you can't just like do it like right here. It's not exactly right, but you know, so there it is. And a couple of the patterns, I think he does a lot of when he switches from one. When he switches, I think he pulls off and then hammers on quickly. So in that other video, in that older video, I did like a slide. Like in the older video, it sounded like this. And that's not what he does. It's actually. And so that's basically it. That is how to tap harmonics. And a couple of the patterns he does is like I show here. So like, and actually, that note is not a harmonic when the first time he like hammers onto it. That's not a harmonic that you're hearing, but it's that, and then he goes from the like 7, 5, 4. So I don't think I'm gonna have a whole lot of the patterns, but he goes. And on that time I switched to, this is all on the A string, but that time I switched to this one. And there's also some bending in there. But I think that is about it. There's really not much more to it than that. And actually, one other thing I wanted to add was about harmonics was this move. That move is a harmonic basically. It's just the open G string, go down on the whammy bar, and then you rest your finger on this 5th fret, and then when it comes up, it's the harmonic. It can be a little bit hard to do, but that's basically it. So, I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.